Hello, I would like to welcome everyone who is going to watch that video. Today is September 13, it's 2022. I will never forget that day because this is my dad's birthday today. So I remember that day. And I wish my dad a happy birthday. And I love him so much. So, again, my name is Yanick Dantiste. I am a family nurse practitioner who currently working in West Palm Beach, Florida. Um, so the topic of today, will be what are the worst foods people can eat and the result of eating them. I see there's one person live. Thank you for turn on. Thank you and good night. Um, I don't know. Can you type your name? I would like to know who. Okay. So as usual, before I start, I would like to start with an inspirational note or thoughts. Uh, as you know, inspirational thoughts is always good because I think this is a way to boost our mental up because some inspirational or motivational thoughts it's help us to remember that we are not this situation we are living we are not alone. There's many other uh, uh, people who went through the same thing or who will be going to to deal with the same thing. So the inspirational thoughts for tonight will be quote some people comes into your life as blessings and others come into your life as lesson. So I like that inspirational thoughts because sometimes you hear people said that I have a bad experience. It's not a bad experience, it's a lesson. Um whatever things come into your life, you know if you think it's a good thing, it's a blessing. If you think you don't like the consequences or the effect, just think that this is a lesson and you move on. But the good thing is, or one thing you need to keep in mind, try not to repeat it. Okay, try to learn from it and you move on. So this is our inspirational thoughts for this video. Okay, so it's some people come into your life as a blessings and others come into your life as a lessons. So always learn. Whatever happened to your life, always learn from it. um, so let's dive into the into the topic. As the board said, okay, what are the worst food we can eat and what are the result of eating them? So as we know, eating food from good source, from good sources, like you're eating your fish, you're eating your fruits, your if you eat vegetables. So by eating those food, you're going to get good nutrients such as vitamins, minerals. So you can have vitamin B, vitamin A, vitamin B complex, the B1, the B12, the B6. and also you can have vitamin D and vitamin E. um, why we need those, why we need to eat those nutrients, it's because by eating good food that will bring good nutrients, that will ensure that the cells in your body are getting most of the nutrients they need to do the job assigned to them. Because each cells in our body, they have a different role. Okay, they have a job to do. Some is to produce energy. Some is to kill cancer cells. Some, is to fight infection. Different cells in your body has different functions. So we have to remember that. So every cell has a job. When you do not give them the nutrients, they need, so what happened? They become stressed, so which can lead, not which can, they become stressed, and that will lead eventually that will lead to disease and early aging. Okay. um so that's why it's so important to give the cells, because everything happened on the cellular level. Okay, everything happens, so it's so microscopic, we cannot even see it. But this is, we need to eat good food so we can nourish our cells, because each cells, they have a function. Each cells need different nutrients, different vitamins, so they can function well. Okay, so the worst food and the result of eating them. So they are what? Most people are eating too many of the wrong foods or worse foods. For what reason? They have many reasons why some people they are eating the wrong food, or the worst food. Some reason it's habit. Habit is that, this is the food they used to eat, or their uh, parents, their family, they used to eat. Sometimes it's cultural also, and some is taste. Some food tastes good, so food food which tastes good doesn't necessarily mean they are good for your body. Okay. For example, let's take pizza. Pizza might taste good, but is pizza is good for our body? No. Also, convenience. Sometimes it's fast. You can grab some food quickly, fast. You can eat it, and sometimes it's cost. Sometimes we find some food, they are cheaper, so um we buy them and we eat it. Doesn't mean necessarily they are healthy for your body. So now let's go one by one. Okay, some food that we know they are notorious, to be the worst food. Okay, so now we are going to how to say, now we are going to discuss about each food. Okay, the worst food people can eat. So when we said the worst food we can eat, that's meaning it's not that we never eat them. Okay, some people, we eat them, but if we can, like, remove them from our diet, yeah, that would be the best thing we can do. So what are the worst food so people can eat? Okay, so let's start, put them down, because I like to write on the board. The main reason, some people they are visual, so that's meaning when they see something written, they remember it. It's like photography memory. They remember it. Me, I am like that. If I see something, or I write it down, I will remember it. So let's put them down, okay? Which foods, what are the worst food people can eat? And after that, we are going to go why, why those food they are bad. So the first one is margarine. Okay. Margarine is one. Okay, and the next one is aspartame or aspartame. Okay, what is aspartame? As aspartame is a sugar we found in um, substitute sugar. So here, this is a substitute sugar I have. Those package. So if we read the back of it, if we read the back of it, they said, in ingredients, he has dextrose, aspartame, right? And now we see that aspartame is one of the worst food so people can ingest. And also that sugar substitutes said also is contain phenyl lananil. Phenyl this is all those, we call them uh, zero calorie sweeteners. They are not good. They are no good for us. So I'm trying to talk to my diabetic patients, or my coworker, to tell them when they use those, we call them substitute sugar. I told them they are no good. They are no good for your health. So try to get something natural, or the real sugar, like the brown sugar, like honey, stevia. But those substitute sugar, which contain those aspartame, people should stay away from them because it's no good for the health. Okay, so this is for aspartame. And the next one is soft drink. So soft drink, okay, is not going to bring, no nutrients, no vitamins, nothing. And the next one is diet soda. For the same reason, those fake substitute sugar, they are no good. So that's what we have in diet soda. So it's not healthy. And the next one, bacon. Bacon is no good. Or the next one, pastries. Pastries is fat, is is sugary. It's a lot of sweet in it. So if we can stay away from pastries, it would be good. White. Remember before last week we were talking about white. Everything white, stay away. White flour, it's no good. White bread. Um, you have to erase. Okay. So we have more. Okay. So we have uh, white flour, white bread, hard liquor. So hard liquor is your vodka, your gins. Um, so this is the hard liquor. Of course, there are no, this is not healthy for your health. And after that, we have cow's milk. Cow milk, you know, it's not healthy for us. So now there's different kind of milk. Now we have almond milk, we have um, rice milk. So there's oat, there's different milk now. We can substitute. And oh, I would like to say hi to Braid. Thank you for listening. The next food who is bad for us is beer. First of all, I don't even know why people drink beer, because if you see the men who are drinking beers, their stomach is so big, so it's so unhealthy. So beers, they are, you know one of them, wine, okay, the alcohol. So everything alcoholic, if we can stay away from it, that would be best. Coffee. Coffee is very controversial. So coffee, there's study on coffee. We state that if somebody drink 1 to 2 cups of coffee, is good for you. Okay, if you abuse it, if you drink more than that, then that can make you nervous. That can give you palpitation. Because me personally, if I drink like strong coffee, I have palpitations, because they have, even because it's high in caffeine. So there's some research who really state that if you drink 1 to 2 cups of coffee per day, is good. And also there's some research which reveal that if we drink coffee, it helps with Alzheimer's. So it's not that bad, but you don't drink too much. Shellfish. Okay, so shellfish is like your lobsters, your shrimps. Um, is bad. So shellfish. Like if somebody follow the Bible, we're not supposed to eat that, because God said shellfish is unhealthy food. So here the science said the same thing. Um, and we have many foods who are not good for. The next one is sweet cereal. Sweetening cereal, so stay away from it. Um, Again, we have to remember cancer cells. What is the best food for cancer cell? The best food cancer cell can eat, you can give them, is sugar. So that's why it's very important we stay away from sugar as much as we can. It's not easy, I know, because some people, they really have sweet tooth like me. But believe it or not, I try to stay away, or sometimes I buy healthy stuff like some cereal. They are like brand cereal, they're a little bit sweet. So if I feel like eating something sweet, I eat it. But stay away, because sugar, the best food somebody can give to sugar, is the best food somebody can give to cancer cells, in your body, is sugar. So this is and after that, dry fruits. Even though me, I know the dry fruits is no good, but I used to eat that. You know why I used to eat that? I used to eat that for fibers, because they said if you eat dry fruits, that will give you lots of fibers. But because of the chemical they put in dry fruits, is unhealthy. So we shouldn't eat dry fruits. Okay, the next one is um, proce- processed meat. So what they mean by processed meat? By processed meat, they mean the ham, the turkey, um, the salami, all those food, all those processed meat is very unhealthy for us. And the next one, French fry. So you see, French fry tastes so good, right? So that's why I said it's not necessarily things, when they taste good, they are good. So this is one of the unhealthy food people they should not eat. And the next one is potato chips. Potato chips is very fat and is very salty. So I'm not surprised. So they said it's unhealthy food. And after potato chips, we have hamburgers. It's unhealthy for us. And after that, we have high fructose syrups. Uh, High fructose. So usually we find those where we find those, in juice, in juices. So that's why those juices they advise people to stay away as much as we can because it's very high in sugar. And after the high fructose saturated fat, stay away from that. So the good fat is on saturated. So if you want to buy oil, so you buy on saturated one. And the next bad food for us is red meat. There's everybody knows, the red meats, as try to eat as less than you can. Um, some people said yes, you can eat it, but we know red meat is not healthy. So if you can stay with your poultry, your chicken, your turkey, and your fish, that will be much better. Um, what other food is unhealthy? So red meat, jellies and jam. So those food they are processed, they are sweet. So remember, anything sweet is no good for our body because this is the best food we can feed our cancer cells. So that's why we have to stay away as much as possible. Uh, and the next one is canned soup. So why canned soup? Okay, they said canned soup is no good. For canned soup is no good for many reasons. First of all, to preserve the soup, okay, they have to put a lot of salt. That's why it's very salty. Canned soup is very, very salty. And the chemical they put to preserve it, the preservation, this is not the good things for our health. So this is unhealthy food. Canned soup. Then the next one, fructose. Okay, fructose is a kind of sugar. Okay, the glucose is good because the glucose is digested easily and go to your cell. The fructose, they are not a good sugar kind. Mayonnaise. Okay, so wait a minute. I put mayo. It's mayo. Okay, mayonnaise is not good because it's very fattening. Okay, so next one is smoked meat. I like smoked turkey neck. So will personally I try to eat as less as I can because I know it's unhealthy. But the thing is, as long as we know, if we know something, we are more um we are more susceptible not to do it. you know Maybe one day we I can eat the smoked turkey neck, whatever, but I know it's not good for me. So I'm not going to, be crazy on it. And if I can pass on it, said no, I'm not eating it. I'm not eating it. But it's important to know, because if we don't know, we're going to keep repeating doing the same thing. But if we know which food is good and which food is not good, we're going to try to eat less. Okay, it's like I said before, sometime, at work they have party or somebody brings some trees, they have pizza. Sometimes I eat one slice, but I said, I don't want to eat two slices because I know it's unhealthy. Okay. So the next one, smoked meat. And so as we can see, there's a lot of bad foods. Okay, a lot of, and those one is not even bad. It's the worst. Is the worst food. So we can put in our body, because those kind of food, they are not going to bring us no nutrients, no vitamins, no mineral. So what they are going to do, they are going to make our cells become sick, or sicker. So the next one, of course, is pizza. Okay, pizza is very bad. It's the worst. It's one of the worst food, because what is in pizza? Cheese, okay, which is very, very fattening, grease, very, and very salty. So ice cream is one of worst food people can digest. Pancake, okay, pancake is also not a good food to eat. Okay, and the next one, we have waffles. So pancake, waffles, the same family, very unhealthy. Cake, okay, we know that cake, if people wants to, if you somebody want to lose weight, cake is not a good food at all to eat, because uh it's a lot of starch, a lot of carbohydrate, the bad one, and also a lot of sugar. And the next one is canned vegetables. So before it was canned soup. So everything canned. If it's better we buy fresh one. It's better we eat fresh vegetables, or we can go with frozen one. But the canned one is no good for same reason I said before, because first of all, the preservative they put inside the can is no good for our health. Okay, that vegetable can stay for 1 year, 2 years. So it's really it's really not healthy for us. um so we have canned vegetables, we have peanuts they said is unhealthy. First of all, many people they are allergic with peanuts. Okay, it's a very allergenic foods. Like personally, when I eat peanuts, I'm itching. So I cannot eat peanuts. So, and especially young kids, some kids they have allergy. They are allergic with that food too. So this, and first of all, this is not. I think also peanut also does not digest well also into our GI tract. also. So this is one of the reason. Fried foods, of course, fried food is no good. So this is something we've been hearing for a long time. So try not to fry your foods. You bake your food, you steam your food. This is the best way. Even though the boiling your food is, when you boil your food, what you do, you kill so much nutrients. So um, you what you eat, you don't really eat something, nutritive. So that's why the best thing you do, you bake your food or you steam your food, as much as you can. Um, the next one, it's uh, sweetened sweet juice, sweetened sweetened juices or juice. Why? Because it's too sugary. It's too sweet, so it's no good for our body. Because we have to remember, the more sugar we put, it's is the best food for the cancer cells. So, because remember, God made us so good. God is so good. God made us in a way that if we have cancer, okay, if we have cancer cell, we have some cells who is there to eat up those cancer cells. But if we don't eat well, if we don't bring enough, the right kind of foods, the right kind of food who can give us the right vitamins, the right mineral, what will happen? um, those cancer cells, those cells who are there to kill those cancer cells, they'll become too weak, so they cannot do their job. So this is the main reason why we need to stay healthy. And this is why when I am in YouTube and see people who promote, like juices, like smoothies, with greens, with veggies, with, I love that, because it's really what we need. We need those educational topic, so we can really know how to make them. We can be encouraged, because that's what we need. We know sometimes we really know what to do, but I think the motivation is not there. Okay, so we have to try. We have to try hard, really, because like I said before, we only have one health. So we have to try to eat well. We have to try to put. And one thing we have to remember also, okay, there is one phrase. Never forget that phrase. Okay, we are what we eat. It's so true. I cannot say it enough. We are what we eat. Okay, so that's why when I meet people, they are very big, and they look unhealthy, and and the first thing they are going to tell you, well, I don't know why I'm big, because I don't eat. That's not true. They know also that's not true. If you don't eat, you're not going to put weight. So maybe they don't eat, the right food, and consciously they know that. So that's why they tell you that they don't eat. But that phrase is so true. You are what you eat. So if you're eating a lot of fat, let's say people eat a lot of meat, lot of carbohydrate, you are going to gain a lot of weight. And by gaining weight, like people who gain 20 pounds and more, this is a disaster to become sick. Okay, and that's why it's so important to stay healthy. It's so important to know what, like last week we did the best food. Okay, so we, it was the fish, the grains, the vegetable, the fruit. So now is the bad food. So I'm going to repeat it again. Okay, what are the food or bad? We have margarines, aspartame. Aspartame, this is the fake sugar they put in the diet soda, you know. So, or they have the packaged sugar like that. And the diabetics, they are using them. I kept telling them, my patient, I said, you better use the real sugar, or the brown one, not the white one. Use the brown sugar or hard honey instead of using those fake one, which has aspartame and is no good for you. Soft drink, okay, it's no good. Diet soda, bacon, pastries, white flour, white bread, hard liquors, cow's milk. Instead of cow's milk, substitute your milk for almond milk, oat milk. We have rice milk. We have goat milk. So we have, but I personally, I would stay away from goat milk. Everything animal, I will go with cow milk, um, all those things. Hi, Caroline. Bonsoir. Comment est? Thanks for stopping by. Uh, Caroline, which country you are? DR? And other bad food also is hard liquor, because what happened with hard liquor? Hard liquor, we it's like your gin, your scotch, your vodka. People who drink that, okay, people who abuse, I mean, they drink it so much, what they end up having head and neck cancer, your esophageal cancer. Some people have varices, is esophageal varices, and sometimes they're bleeding too, they're bleeding a lot. So hard liquor, stay away from it. Cow's milk, beer, it's alcohol, it's no good. Wine is no good. Coffee is controversial. um Coffee, one, the research state that 1 to 2 cups of coffee per day is good. And there's a researcher who tells who shows that some coffee can be good for Alzheimer. It can be good to prevent, to help, to slow down the dementia. So coffee is not, even though they put it in the bad food, but if you don't abuse it, 1 to 2 cups, the research says that is good. Shellfish, your lobster, your shrimps, they're no good. Not a good food for you. Sweetened cereal, dry fruits, stay away from dry fruits. Processed meat, like your ham, your salami, your turkey, stay away from that as much as you can. French fry, potato chips, hamburgers, high fructose corn syrup. This is the syrup we found in juices. Saturated fat, red meat. When they said red meat, they're talking about meat like, like beef, uh, uh, goat. This is kind of meat they're talking. Jelly and jam. Jelly and jam is very sweet. It's no good for you. Is a good food for cancer cells. Canned soup, fructose, mayonnaise, smoked meat is no good. Pizza is no good. Ice cream. Ice cream, they have yogurt, frozen yogurt. So me, if I feel like eating ice cream, I buy frozen yogurt instead. So that's what when my kids were small, that's why I used to buy, as a substitute. Pancake is no good, they said. Waffles also too fattening. Cake, of course. Canned vegetables, everything can. If you can stay away, everything can stay away from them, because the preservative they put inside there is no good for your health. Peanuts, fried food, sweet juices. Okay. So you may heard that good report about the benefits of wine, coffee, and even chocolate. Some research or some people can tell you, there's the benefits when people drink wine. Why they said that is because um, wine, you make wine with um, grapes, right? So it's not really the wine who is good for your health. It's the grapes is in the wine. So instead of drinking the wine, just buy the grapes. Buy the grapes, and the benefits you will going to get it. And coffee the same way. Like I said, drink 1 to 2 serving cups per day. They said it's good for for your mental, even chocolate. So, however, even though they said the coffee, the wine, and the chocolate is good, it doesn't mean that they are health food. So, okay. So um why those food they are no good? There's a reason, okay? They have a reason why those food they are no good. It's because what happened to the cellular level. So that's what happened, when people get sick. When people get sick, it's not it, the sickness didn't happen now. It takes years because everything starts inside the cells. So 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 what happened is that if you don't eat good food, right? So that will cause the cells to become stressed. Why? Because there are lack of nutrients, and the presence of too much saturated fat, too much sugar, too many hormones. That's why they said that. That's why organic foods they are the best, because apparently organic food you're not supposed to have hormones apparently. So that's why it's healthier to eat organic food. Too many steroids, uh, or too many harmful chemicals. So that's why nowadays people, we are striving to buy everything organic. Why? Because organic food's supposed to be free from hormones, free from steroids, and free from chemicals. So because having those things in your food, that will destroy the cells. Okay, how they destroy the cells? So when our cells do not get the nutrients they need, okay, so when our cells in our body, remember, our body has trillion and trillions and trillion cells, okay, but they all have different functions, like I said before. So when our cells do not get the nutrients they need, they begin a gradual and unavoidable deterioration process, which involves 5 steps. So that means when the cells doesn't find the food they need, okay, the nutrients, the vitamins, the mineral, what happened? Slowly they become affected. Okay, how they become affected? So there's 5 steps. The cells in your body they become affected. So that's why sometimes when people get once people getting sick, sometimes the doctor said it's too late, because it didn't happen yesterday. Okay, it takes years. It's like diabetics. Somebody become diabetics. It doesn't happen today and tomorrow. Okay, it takes years. So the cells, um, this the deterioration of the cells started like that. So step one, okay. So when our cells do not get the nutrients they need, so what happened? They begin a gradual and unavoidable. That's meaning you cannot avoid that. That will happen regardless. Deterioration process, which involves 5 steps. So, step one. So the cells become stressed. Okay. This step one. Okay. So this is the process. 6 cells. This is the process. Step one. So the step one, so the cells is become stress in our body when we don't give them enough nutrients. Um, so when you don't, hold on, I have to close something. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So it's become stress. So that's meaning the cells in your body doesn't have enough, or it doesn't, or it has insufficient nutrients. Okay. So mental stress and or toxin can begin this process. So your cells become stressed. So the step two. So this is how the disease started, right? So this is how. So your cells is become stressed and your cells become weakened. So your cells become weak. Okay. And the third one, they said the third one, they said your cells become dysfunctional. So this is all the steps that before somebody before somebody becomes sick, all those things has to happen within the cellular level. So your cell will be stressed because it doesn't have enough nutrients, enough vitamins, enough minerals. The same cells become weak, and then dysfunctional. That's meaning it cannot fulfill their function because they are too weak, they are too stressed. Okay, and the step four, hopefully you can see it. The step four, the cells become mutated. All right, so that's meaning they're not the same cells. So what does mean? That's meaning the cell damage. Okay, so okay, so the step two now. The step two, when the cell become weaken, the cell become exhausted and have less energy to do their assigned job. So that's why they are weak. It's why is that is when you people don't eat good foods. Okay, the good food you need to eat. When people eat junk food, so that's what happened. Dysfunctional. So what in that level, what happened to our cell? The cells cannot perform properly, leading to high blood pressure. Okay, so when your cells cannot function properly, so the way God made us, okay, the way God made us so good. If somebody have high blood pressure, let's say you have high blood pressure, we have cells in our body who can release some some chemicals in the cells to decrease the blood pressure. That goes with diabetic. Let's say your sugar is high. Okay, the way God made us, the pancreas in your body made insulin, and is going to release the insulin to go into your bloodstream and to decrease your blood sugar. Let's say you have some cell. Let's say you have some cell who's cancer. You have some cancer cells. We have other cells in our body who's going to destroy those cancer cells. Okay, this is how beautiful God made us. But because we're eating too much junk food, we're eating, believe it, there's research will say that 90% of diseases is related to to nutrition, and I believe it. So that's why we have to be very cautious. We have to be informed, to eat the right food. So when the cells they are dysfunctional, when they reach the step 3, so what happened? The cell cannot perform properly, leading to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high blood sugar, which is the diabetic, lower hormone level, and lower transmitter level. Okay, so your cells in your body they cannot function the way they're supposed to function. So what will happen next? They're going to mutate it. So this is the step 4. So at that stage, or at that step, the cells become damaged and in their nucleus. So it's really, the damage is really deep. Okay, on to the seeds it become damage, which means they produce mutated replacement cells when they split. So they mutated, so the cells they don't even look like the cells they used to be. And the step 5, so the step 5, maybe it's okay, you cannot see it, I put it anyways. So the step 5 is the disease steps. Okay, so it's when the cells become sick. So the nucleus, which is the seed, and the mitochondria, that's biology. So I don't want to go in too deep in that. So that's meaning the cells is sick. So this is when you're going to start having serious health consequences such as cancer, heart disease. Okay, so that's why when somebody has high blood pressure, somebody has diabetic, high cholesterol, we call that metabolic disease. Okay, so it's not that serious, but if we don't act on it, if we don't treat it, it will become serious. This is, it's like, chronic disease. You can have high blood pressure for years, you can have diabetic for years, you take your medication, you control it, you'll be fine. But if you don't take your medications, okay, you neglect it, you don't treat yourself, you don't eat well, you don't rest, then that can lead to heart attack, that can lead to stroke, that can lead to cancer. So that's why it's so important, because it's so important to know why we do things. Okay, so if we don't eat good food, what will happen? At the cellular level, the cells going to be sick, so sick, so they won't function the way they're supposed to be function, and then that's when the disease started. So that's how important it is. Okay, um and also we have to remember also, to remain healthy, cells need healthy fats to keep the membrane soft, minerals and enzyme to make the chemical to for our body, right? So that's how we are going to remain healthy. So an antioxidant to protect all cell spot from free radical damage. So what is free radicals? So that's why to we have to try not to have, okay, free radicals. This is the danger. So, what are free radicals? The free radical, this is the one who can make us sick, okay? They are molecules with a missing or unpaired electron, which is caused by. So, as we know, free radical, this is bad, bad, bad for us. That can cause cancer, can cause disease. So, how can we get that? Okay, pesticides can cause us having that. Industrial chemicals, what, like the chemical that we use to clean, all those things. So that's why it's good to wear a mask when we clean, because we don't want to inhale those chemicals. Exhaust fumes, very bad. So that's why pollutions, uh, polluted air is bad. I used to go for a walk where I work, in the uh, garage. So after I know that, the exhaust fume, because where those exhaust fume come from? It's come from the cars, right? So after I know that, I stop doing that. I go to walk. I go for my walk in open places. Not inside uh, the garage, because this is where we found a lot of exhaust fumes. So this is no good for our health because of free radicals. Cell phones, cell phones, radiations also can cause that. So one advice for cell phone. I see women who use the cell phone. They put the cell phone inside their um what to call, they put it inside their brassiere. Okay, this is something people should never do. Okay, the women, they shouldn't do that. Because the cell phone cannot touch your skin because of the radiation, especially close to your breast. And I always told, whoever I see doing that, I said, do not put um, uh, your cell phone, inside your brassiere, because this is really, uh, this is if somebody do it often, because of the radiation, that's no good. You have to think cancer. Stress. They said stress can cause free radical. Okay, so when you have free radicals in, let me hold on. Let me write it down. Okay, so free radicals. So whatever we know can cause our body to have free radicals, we have to stay away as much as possible, because research shows that free radical is directly uh, uh, correlated to cancer. Okay, where can we find those? Pesticides, so those liquids they use to kill insect, to kill bugs. Industrial chemicals, they are bad. Exhaust fume. Uh, cigarettes 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 So cigarettes cause free radical. So somebody can be wondered why people who smoke end up having lung cancer, bladder cancer, uh, uh, air the neck cancer, okay, mouth, and can be your mouth, can be your esophageal cancer. So cigarettes cause free radicals, and cell phone stress. So again, that's why wh- that's why I take that into, you know it's like a homework. Whenever I finish my video, I always encourage my listener to reduce their stress as much as they can, because stress, okay, can cause you having free radicals, in your body. And as we know, free radicals in turns can cause cancer. So stress, okay, you need to reduce your stress as much as you can. I know it's not feasible to eliminate your stress completely, because we human being, we are living in a stressful place, in a stressful world. But there is some stress you don't need. Okay, they I meet people who have stress. They are the one who bring those stress. Okay, there's some stress. Stay away from the asthma. You know, you don't need those stress. And also, sugar can cause that. So that's why sugar is not good for your body. As you know, sugar is excellent food for cancer cells. So as much as you can. And also when people eat less sugar, automatically they lose weight. So, and saturated fat, this is the fat that you found on, you on with pizza, um fried foods and everything. This is just a saturated fat, which can cause free radicals, in turn can cause cancer. Okay, so can make your cells sick. So each cells get 10,000 free radicals hit every day. And we have over 50 trillion cells in our uh, body. That's a lot of cells, right? We have, right? 50 trillion cells we have. So it was the topic for tonight. So, you know, um about what are the worst food, what are the worst food and the result of eating them. So the result of eating them, those food, is to make the cells in your body. And remember, all the disease, they started in a cellular level. This is where they start. It's microscopic. The eyes, we cannot see it. Okay, so this is how everything started. So that's why when somebody becomes sick, he didn't become sick like that. It takes years, because it start, at the cellular level before really we can discover that we are sick. Okay, um so the result of eating worse food, bad food, it we will cause the cells to become stressed, to become weakened, weak, to become dysfunctional. So the cells, they cannot function the way God make them to function. Their function, they are no longer um useful. They can, they are those cells, our body. So that's meaning, if those cells, let's say we have some cells there to kill cancer cells. So if they become dysfunctional, they cannot do it no anymore because they are weak, they are stressed. So that's why we need to bring to always, as much as we can, bring good foods, eat good foods, try. I know sometimes we tend to eat whatever we can eat, but try to eat good food because this is the beginning to stay healthy. This is the beginning of health promotion, disease prevention. And then the cells can become mutated, and then they will be diseases. Okay, they become sick. So, in conclusion, okay, so to conclude, to remain healthy, okay, so the cells need the cells need healthy fat, okay, which is on the healthy the healthy fat is on saturated fat. Okay, so whatever you want to buy fat, or you need to know what kind of fat you need to buy, whatever, in the food, you read the labels. So remember, the healthy fat is on saturated fat, because when it's saturated, that can lead to clog your vessels, in your heart, in your carotid, in your neck, the vein in your neck, the blockage, and that's not good. And that can lead to heart disease. So, in conclusion, to remain healthy, cells need healthy fat to keep the membrane soft, minerals and enzymes to make the chemicals for our body, an antioxidant to protect all cells part from free radical damage. So the function, of our cells is, it's we need antioxidant. So what the an antioxidant do? They protect all the cells from free radical damage, because once our cells have free radical damage, that can lead to cancer. Okay, so this is what we don't need that. Okay, and again, what can cause free radical damage? Remember, free radical damage, if our cells has free radical damage, that can lead to cancer. So, what can cause the cells have free radical damage? Pesticides, industrial chemicals, exhaust fumes, cigarettes. Cigarette is so bad. So I asked I asked questions. Sometimes I said, if the scientific words they know cigarette is so bad, why why the government even accept they sell it? So the answer I got, it's money, because they pay a lot of tax. The company who make those cigarettes, pay a lot of tax, and when you buy cigarette, you have to pay tax. So it brings a lot of money to the government. So that's why they accept their country to sell cigarette. But sorry, you drink something. But as we can see, some many hospital now, they are very proactive. Many hospital now, they are smoke free hospital. Where I work, at the VA West Palm Beach, people cannot smoke. You cannot smoke nowhere. You cannot you Before, they used to reserve some some uh, uh, corners, in the garage or outside. The people, the staff, the nurses, the doctors, or whoever working, they can go and smoke, or the patients. Now the all hospital is smoke free place. And it's not on only the VA. We have, I think, JFK. We have so many hospitals now. They are very proactive, which is great, which is, I love it. And it's like me personally, my home, I will never accept anybody come in my house and smoke. My car, I put a sticker inside my car, like the sign, no smoking sign. Nobody can smoke there because smoking is so bad. And why is bad is because that cause free radicals in your body. And when something cause free radical in your body, automatically that will lead to cancer. So that's why it's not a joke. It's something people have to take seriously. I always, don't understand how can people let somebody smoke inside their home, because always remember, secondhand smoke is the worst one too. So I don't care about secondhand. I don't care about firsthand. No smoking in my house. No smoking in my car. And for health reason, okay. And also we have cell phone radiation. We have to be careful. Some people use the cell phone like, they use it like that for hours, and the radiation, and you can feel it is very hot. The radiation is no good for your ear, is no good for your brain. And also you can use the speaker, just put it on speaker or headphones, which is better. And also stress, try to reduce your stress as much as you can. Sugar, stay away from sugar and saturated fat. And so as always, okay, so always aim to do, always whatever you do, always remember about health promotion and disease prevention. Always remember that. So, and also, how you're going to do health promotion and disease prevention is by eating right, by eating balanced food. That's meaning you have your green vegetables, you have your green vegetables, you have your fruits, you have your complex carbohydrate, your protein, okay, a balanced food. Um, they said it's better you eat like small small amount of food but often. But they said like five. I don't know who has time to eat 5 times a day, but that's what they said, but small portion. It's not really, sometimes you might eat good food, because I have a co-worker. She eats good food. When you see her eating, is good, but the amount is too much. She eat too much food, so that's why she kept saying, "I eat good food. I gain weight." Yeah, but if you eat too much, you will gain weight. And rest. Okay, try to sleep. According to research, they recommend 8 hours sleep per night. Some people need less, some people need more, but the minimum they said 8. And again, I will never stop saying stress. As we see, stress can cause free radicals, and free radical can lead to cancer. So again, reduce your stress. This is a must. You need to, we need to try to do that. So on that, I will uh, wish you the best of health until next time. And next time, I will come with more topic about health prevention and disease, um, health promotion and disease prevention. Okay, because as we know, we will never have enough education, enough information about health, because health is involved. Some knowledge will remain the same, but sometimes we have to repeat ourselves, because that is how we're going to learn. Okay, we're learning by encouraging each other, and also when we know what to do, when we know what is what, this is when we can make an informed decision, we can make the right decisions for our health. And also, lastly, remember, God first, your health second, and everything else can come. You will enjoy it. But if you don't have God, you don't have health, there's nothing we can enjoy. On that, I wish you the best of health. Until next time. Bye bye.